Well, welcome back, everybody. Arts Express, in partnership with the Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind, presents Shrek the Musical. To tell us more about this upcoming production, please welcome Jordan Grant, Samantha Moore, and actually interpreter Andrew Tolman is going to be just behind me here. Some of you at home will be able to see him. Some of you won't be able to see him, depending on the size of your screen. But welcome to all three of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is super exciting and such a very unique theater experience. So Samantha, let's start with you. Tell us how this is such a different experience than probably shows we've seen before.
Well, it's a mixture of really more than three communities, but focused most on hearing, sighted, deaf, blind, and a lot of varied age groups too. I think the youngest is like 7 all the way up to like 45 something, you know. I mean, we have adults and kids all together, so it's a fascinating group of people. It's really unique. You have to work together to really make sure we're all on the same page and we're all aware of each other, so it's really cool.
So I can see as an actor how that might be, you know, raise some new challenges that other actors might not have to face. So you ladies actually both play the same part in Shrek the Musical. That's Fiona.
Yes, right.
So let's ask you, Jordan, how do you guys kind of work together to make this kind of collaboration perfect?
Well, it's kind of hard because we have to start by deciding how we're going to portray Fiona. We have to decide if she's going to be snarky, or if she's going to be sweet, if she's going to be burping, or if she's going to be princessy, and then we have to go from there and decide how we're going to portray that same person, or if we're going to be one person's opposite side. So sometimes I'm the angry Fiona and she's the princess Fiona. And so it's a lot of collaboration, just like she was saying earlier, that it really depends on how we want to portray it and how we want to make sure that we're getting the full side of Fiona, which is really awesome because we have more opportunity to get a more rounded character out of it.
So this really kind of opens some doors for you, character-wise. Mm-hmm. I think this is so cool. So Samantha, how do you think that this comes across to the audience? Why is this, I mean, is this a more special experience for the audience because of this?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I think that everything is unique in this, you know. The whole thing, everything we've done is new. So we're just trying to show who we are and how, coming from different backgrounds, we can show that character. It's really, really cool. You can see all the different perspectives out of just one person, out of Fiona, out of Shrek. You get to see them much more in depth because they each have 2 actors portraying them. It can impact the audience in a couple of different ways. We're getting to see who that character is based on who Jordan and I are.
So we know that the audience is completely impacted by this interesting way that we're doing this show. But what about you as actors? What have you kind of learned from this experience?
It's really taught me to slow down. I'm so used to being able to just start talking and everyone can hear me and everyone can see me, but I have to remember that she can't hear me, so I have to wait and make sure that she's watching me, or I have to make sure that someone's around to interpret for me, and so that's really taught me to be aware of my surroundings, and I can't just be like, okay, let's start the show, and
right.
She has to be ready, and I have to be, okay, ready, and then we start, and then, and then sometimes she just starts going and I'm not ready to go, so it's really just making sure we're aware of what the other one's ready to do or what's not ready to do, you know.
And Jordan, I imagine you've learned some sign language in this process.
Yeah? Yeah. Ready, sorry, thank you.
Well, how neat. So Samantha, what about you? How does this feel, I mean, to be a part of something like this?
I've never been involved with a musical before, ever. So that's been a really big opportunity, you know, blasted on Facebook. It was blasted on Facebook and I answered the call for that, and it was a different perspective for me. I have never done anything like this. I'm a business major. So when it came to something big and creative like this, you know, I even tend to be a leader. I'm on the school board, government, and I didn't know anything that I was doing when it came to something like theater. So learning how to work, one, with a giant group. It's my first time with a group this big. You know, typically you have 15, 20 people on stage sometimes when we have a cast as large as ours is. So communicating with everyone, balancing how everything goes, it's a brand new experience. And I had to learn how to work with a big group, to be aware of everyone too, for me, yeah.
I imagine it was probably overwhelming at first, but in the end, are you glad you did this?
Yes, yes. It's exciting. Yes. It's next week already. I'm just so excited that it's happening.
Well, we are so excited for you ladies. Tell me, what do you hope that the audience takes away from this experience?
I hope that they can see how much we've learned and that they see that the deaf community and the blind community are just as interested in theater and are just as willing and understanding, and that they experience the challenges through the show. They have to, decide, okay, am I going to watch the signing Fiona? Am I going to watch the singing Fiona? Which is tough, and it's hard to grasp that while you're experiencing this new kind of show. So I hope that they are able to learn what we've learned, which is interacting with each other and making sure we can take it all in at the same time.
Well, this is going to be such a special experience, and what I hear is that people should come see it twice because they're going to miss something the first time, right?
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
And it's also family friendly, we should mention, so feel free to bring the kids. And I'm going to actually make sure our viewers have all of the information to get their tickets so that they can come see Shrek the Musical.
Yes.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Andrew,
Thank you
to
so
you
much.
as well. And again, Shrek the Musical opens April 1st at the Berger Performing Arts Center. For more details and tickets, just call 319-0400 or log on to arts-express.org.